good.
Hello, this is Krista Rue from HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services for HLC Saturday Solutions.
Yep. I'm Christina Rue, better known as Comic Relief, Vice President, PETA, whatever. I do it all.
Many titles. She wears many hats.
I do.
Okay. So the purpose of Saturday Solutions is to talk to you all about the things that we've been encountering this week or items we think could be helpful to business owners and managers.
Correct. Or it could pertain to a personal life thing or a spiritual life thing, because HLC is based on the principles of hospitality, organization, and professionalism at 3 places where we all exist, which is where we live, where we work, and where we worship. So we cover topics from all those areas.
Right. And this is also good for employees who want to move into that management level to see, because management versus employee thinking is different. It just is.
And you have to know if you're good at being a manager or not. I am not. I don't even try to manage people because I'm not great at it. Krista is fabulous at it. She's got the patience of a saint. So she has the, what do you call it? The right skill set for management. So I like to talk to people. I like to interact with people. But when I tell people, here's your project and here's how to accomplish it, I walk away. I'm not good at staying on top of it. So I'm not a good manager of projects. I do what I do and I expect you to do what you do. So learning things about yourself as you get older and as you progress within your
and
company.
Accepting it.
That's it.
If you're a circle, don't keep trying to go into a square hole. You won't fit.
That's it.
And it'll frustrate you and everyone around you.
Yep.
So
yeah. So once you know where you can go, it's a good life.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just accepting what is.
Life is about joy, people.
Joy. That's our favorite word here.
That's right. If it's not bringing you joy, why are you doing it?
That's a good question.
All right. So let's recap last week.
Okay.
So we want to thank again J. Diane Robinson. Oh, that's what we were to put on the page.
Oh, we were to post that. We couldn't remember what we were to post.
I'm like, there's something we're to post. Okay, so you got to do that.
We'll do that.
All right. So we did a podcast about legacy planning, which was extremely helpful. So we'll put that out there so you guys can see.
We participated in it. We didn't do it.
Because that's something.
Not our thing.
Right. We knew we needed education on, so we went out and got some.
Correct.
And then we also talked, of course, about Memorial Day. And thank you to those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for us. And then
the poppies.
And the poppy story. And then the bookkeeping basics. The plus side of bookkeeping. We did that as well.
Correct.
So this week's topic, and this is Christina's topic she wanted to talk about, is setting people up for success.
Oh, yes. Okay, so here's the thing. Whether you're working with a husband or a wife, or you're working with coworkers, or you're working with a subcontractor, and once you say, okay, here's the project, right? Do you set them up for success? And what that means is, are you giving them the right tools, the right environment, the right information for them to be successful? So case in point, okay? So I am not a handy person at all, really. I can cook. I'm a good cook, but I'm not a handy person. So if I need somebody to come and help me put in an air conditioner or something, how do I set that person up for success, right? So do I know where the air conditioner was put away from last year? Do I know where the right tools are? Do I know where the proppy thing is that they use? Where that ended up over this time period? What can I do to make it as easy as possible for that person coming in
to succeed on their task?
If you have a new employee, did you set up their desk space appropriately? We have a new intern we're very excited about. And so we had to make sure he had a computer, he had a monitor, he had office supplies, he had a tablet for taking notes. Like, did we think about it?
Things to do.
Oh, yeah, that's important too. So, like, are you setting up people for success in your life?
Are you explaining the culture of your organization?
Yes, important.
Yep.
Who does what? Who likes to do what?
Right.
You know, we all kind of have our niches within our workspace or within our home life. And like, even if you're communicating and asking someone to do something, brother, I need a sweeper put together. So I want to set him up for success. I will have beer, pizza, coffee, whatever he needs.
Sweets.
Yeah, just let me know when you can come because the sweeper arrived. So again, setting people up for success. Are we doing it? Do we know how to do it? And if you don't, how do you communicate? Krista, I need you to do something. What can I do to make that something easier? That wasn't hard. That wasn't hard for me to ask. And like, it does not look, some people are afraid to ask because they think of it as a weakness. It's not. I know.
That shows confidence.
Exactly.
I know who I am, and I know what I need, and I think you can help me with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all.
I value what you're providing into my life, my workspace, my whatever. And so just communicate positively.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And joyfully.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Because when people are successful around you, the whole organization becomes successful. There's so many times in different offices, I'll go in on a consulting basis, and quite honestly, it's a culture problem, not an efficiency problem, because you've got different personalities that are sort of
not meshing.
Yes, putting little cogs in the wheels. So like, you've got to know how to deal with that. The different personalities of your people, how to assign tasks. Because maybe I don't say it the same way to person A as I say to person B. Because person A just wants the facts and they'll go from there.
Right.
Where person B might want those facts listed out as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. You have to know your employees. Right.
And who functions best. Because person A might think they just want the overview, but they need the checklist. So how do you communicate that in a positive way? Because they're going to not see it as a positive way. So you have to know how to do it.
That's right.
Because I like checklists. I love checklists. My life are checklists. I love it. Click it off. Click it off.
Right.
Success.
Again, set them up for success.
That's it.
All right. And then we thought we'd do a new thing the first Saturday of each month. And we're going to call it Off the Bookshelf. Because, you know, we talk very much about professional education and how you should be constantly learning. So I'm like, well, why don't we tell our watchers things that have helped us?
Yep. Because we have almost 20 years of business ownership experience, and these are books we've read that have helped us along the way. So we just thought we'd do it. And they're also books that have been suggested by other business owners or by seminars we went to that helped us along our way. So we're just passing them on off the bookshelf.
That's right. So the one I would like to talk about today, it's by Jeffrey Gitomer. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. But it looks like this. You want to
look at the little tabbies. Look at all the little post-it notes.
Yeah, because it's good. It's good. And again, you're not going to agree with everything in a book.
What does it say?
And it doesn't all apply to you, but you take what you think will work in your organization.
Correct.
Because when I saw this title, I was like,
we were turned off.
That's not what we do. We're about hospitality.
Yeah, we were totally turned off.
Welcoming everyone. Because it says customer satisfaction is worthless. And
Dun,
I'm like,
dun, dun.
that's crazy. But then the next line is customer loyalty is priceless. So it's about building customer loyalty versus satisfaction, because satisfaction, quite honestly, is a pretty low bar. Like, they just be like, okay, thanks. But are you making raving fans of your organization, that they're talking about you to everybody? So you no longer have to advertise because your clients are giving you all these people, family, friends, other business owners, because they know what you can do and they are completely loyal.
And that is priceless.
It is.
To have other people talk about you in a positive way, especially in this day and age where it's so easy for somebody to put something stupid on Google that has absolutely no bearing, but then somebody said something and then people would think it's true.
Yeah, and quite honestly, what I liked about this book, because the first part is about evaluating your organization,
which we've talked about,
to see where you are on this journey of customer loyalty. And then it gives you a game plan and strategies. Again, they're not all going to work for you, but some of them might. So it's worth, again, keeping your ears open to people who are like, hey, this is a book we recommend.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good thing that, because again, I highlight.
I was just going to say you should show them. Yeah. I'm a big like some people when they buy a book, they're very, very nice with it.
No, I'm using the
crap out of it. I write all over it. I put highlights all over it.
And quite honestly, if it's one you think, you know what, I think I want to keep a really nice copy, buy two.
Exactly.
Because like you want to be able to jot down your thoughts as you're reading it.
Exactly.
Because those thoughts can zip out of your head.
And here's another thing too. If you put it in a tablet and then you don't know where the tablet is, now all that stuff you gleaned from the book,
just grab the book.
It's on the bookshelf. Put it on the bookshelf.
Yes.
Yeah. Little things we've learned through the years.
And make a bookshelf in your office. Because like if you're a manager and you want to foster employees to become thinking managers, give them stuff to read.
I put them in the bathroom too.
Yeah, we do. Sometimes it's the best thinking place.
It's alive.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
All right. So that was number 2. So number 3
I like
is
that. I forgot about that book. That was a good choice.
I know. I thought so too. And like you should revisit because it's all about perspective, people. I'm a different person today than what I was when I started my business in 2005.
Amen to that.
I'm just different. Because like I've had different experiences. Yeah. They changed my how I think, my thought processes, what I put up with, what I won't. So like you should revisit books just because you thought it was amazing in 2005. It might be even more meaningful now.
Yep. Or you may have outgrown.
Right.
And now you're ready for the next level.
And that's okay too. Because then, oh wow, look at that.
Absolutely.
You know where you stand in your processes.
Yep.
So, bookkeeping basics, the minus side of bookkeeping, 8 through 10.
Okay. So, we've been hitting on just like the little seminar I do about basic bookkeeping. So, if you know all this, this will just serve as a review. If it's new to you, it's new to you. So, just keep your eyes and ears open. Put your thinking caps on. When I taught little elementary kids, put your thinking caps on, and let's just listen and imagine what our life would be like if we actually did this with our bookkeeping, right?
Which we do.
Yeah. So the one I'm going to talk about right now is called cash, petty cash, and if you have petty cash in your organization, you should have receipts when you take money out of the register or you take it out of the envelope or take it out of the cash box. You should have then a receipt that replaces the missing money.
That's right.
And then you should be at least monthly adding up the cash and make sure whatever your starting total was minus your receipts equals the cash in your cash box, cash drawer, cash register.
Because this is the easiest place for people to make mistakes.
Correct.
And don't be like, oh, I'll remember that I gave $20 to so and so. You won't, because there's 1,000 things that happen.
Yep.
So like, just make little petty cash receipts. Date. Who did I give it to? What was it for? So that when that receipt comes in, you staple it to it. So here's, oh, this is what I told them to do. This is what they did.
Correct.
Control.
It's easy peasy.
But
once you have the process.
But
like again,
crazy.
Setting yourself up for success. If
That's
you're like,
right.
well, I don't have a receipt book, get one.
Yeah, they're
like
Staples,
cheap.
Office Max,
get one.
all that.
Yep. If I don't have a place, my cash box is my wallet. Okay, let's talk about that. Because that means you are now using personal funds to pay for business expenses. Are you being reimbursed for that? And again, you don't know the true cost of your business if you're not tracking all the costs of your business. So yes, great. I'm glad you had the money in your wallet that you could go ahead and invest a little bit in your business. But we need to know that
on your books.
Exactly. So again, tracking petty cash, important. Whenever you exhaust the petty cash or it needs to be replenished, you have to do an entry in your bookkeeping where I took cash from the bank and it replenished my petty cash. So it's like a transfer between accounts, took it out of here, could be a check you wrote, and you say, I'm going to debit then my petty cash account because I'm now putting it in my petty cash.
It's back to its level.
Correct. And a lot of businesses don't keep a petty cash account, which is fine. If they do everything by check or do it online or whatever, that's fine too. But if you have a petty cash account, make sure you're using it appropriately and not missing any of your expenses. And I love this because one of the words we came up with is sometimes people are nonchalant about their petty cash. They're like, yeah, it's just a little bit of money here and there. Little bits add up to big bits.
Pennies make dollars.
Yes. So you definitely want to keep track of that. And then minus bookkeeping also includes planning, budgeting for major regular expenses. So if you know you have every year, you're going to pay your professional liability in one lump sum, then you have to make sure you have it.
Have the
funds in your account.
Right.
So you can either budget for it every month by putting money aside for it, or you make sure in that month's budget that you have that in there. So you make sure you're saving that money and not spending it on other items. So you want to definitely, I'm trying to think what else are major that might hit once a year.
Like say, like I
car
usually,
inspections.
Yeah, car inspections. And so you might want to set aside $1,000 if you have an older car, just in case they need new tires or tie rods, whatever. So, and also,
what is a tie rod?
I don't know, but I needed them, and they're expensive. So like a copier, you'll sign a copier lease for say 5 years,
1 to 3 years, 3 to
or
5
you
years.
outright purchase it. How long do they usually last? You know, you want to have a sort of, I have a little spreadsheet that's
of course she does.
Of course I do, yeah. That's like year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. Because like, say you put a new roof on your building, has a 20-year warranty. Well, guess what? I'm not going to remember 20 years from now that it's time to check the roof. You know, so I put it on there. So date of purchase, how long is its life? This is what I'm going to need to be budgeting for, whether it's 5 years from now,
and
6 years,
wouldn't it
7.
be nice that if you're like, oh, I need a new roof, here's the cash for it. Because I say for it.
That's right. Cash flow your life, people. It takes so much stress out of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So much stress.
Yep.
And like, let's face it, in this economy, it's hard. A lot of people are living on credit, line of credits, whatever, because maybe your accounts receivable has slowed down.
Well, and expenses.
Whatever. Yeah, expenses are going up.
They said
have you increased your prices?
Down.
Because I was just at a seminar that said if you haven't increased your prices at least 12% this year, you're behind inflation.
Correct.
So, like, evaluate this stuff again. Educate yourself.
Yep. So, and then I have 30 seconds. I'm going to pay attention to taxes. A common mistake in retail business is not tracking their sales tax. Okay, people. When you collect tax on behalf of the state of Pennsylvania, did you hear what I said?
On behalf
of the state of Pennsylvania.
It's not your money.
It's their money. So when you collect it, you have to pay it. So make sure, especially if you're a cyclical business and you know June, July, and August, my sales tax is going to be huge because that's when I sell a ton of stuff. Make sure you're not supposed to be spending your sales tax money. So you should be putting that to the side so it's there when you're ready to pay the bill. So just keep that in mind, sales tax. And of course, you have payroll taxes when they're due. I like to pay them as soon as I pay the payroll so that they're done out of the account.
Pensions,
and we're done.
401ks.
401ks, all that stuff. Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. So you got to keep that in mind when you're talking about your minus bookkeeping. Okay. I think that's it.
All right. So again, this is Krista and Christina Rue from HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services. Phone number 724-561-7458.
That's your cell number.
Oh, 7460. Sorry.
That's our office number.
Yeah. Don't call me. I'm always busy. I'll try to answer.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
You can call and leave a message and we'll get back to you regardless of what number you call.
Yeah, I'll return your call, but I might not be able to pick it up is what I'm saying.
That's what she's saying.
If I'm with a
In
client.
a bad way she said it, but that's what she's saying.
Whatever.
We're hospitable.
Yeah. Most days. We all have our little grumpy days. All right. So our website,
www.hlcbookkeeping.com.
All right. And email office@yourhlc.com.
Correct.
So again, thank you for letting us spend a little time on Saturday with you. Enjoy this nice warm weather.
It's beautiful.
Because I heard next week it's going to be a little chilly. But
I
prefer the chilly.
We love 70s.
I love 70s.
Yes.
I do. Yeah, this 90, no.
All right. Have a blessed weekend. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.